What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just got back to watching Spider-Man No Way Home, and I can honestly say I enjoy this movie very much. I don't love it. I'm gonna have to watch it again, which is why I'm kind of in a hurry here. This may be all over the place because after just getting back from watching the movie, I am going to watch it literally again in a couple of hours. Kind of like a back-to-back thing, and that's on purpose. That's by design. So I already knew I was gonna like it. I just didn't know if I love it. And right now, yeah, I really like it. But we'll see after I watch it again in a couple of hours if I really love it. Now, excuse my verbiage here. My mouth. I actually got Invisalign for my teeth. You know, being in front of the camera with all you guys, I know, to me, in my opinion, looks is not everything, but if I'm to be presenting myself and talking to you guys, to the world, and I know there are people that judge out there, and I don't really give a crap about those people. Judge away. Actually, I don't really care if you judge or not, but anyway, the fact of the matter is I'm going to be presenting myself, so I want to look my best. And at the same time, you know, just be able to hopefully clear my speech when my teeth are more straight this time around. And it's something I've always wanted to do. But anyway, enough about that. This is not about my Invisalign moment. However, I will talk about that in another video. So back to Spider-Man. Anyway, like I was saying, I really like this movie. I'm going to watch it again in a couple hours, and I really highly recommend it. Now, obviously, there's no spoilers here, and if you watch other people's reviews thus far, they say the same thing. There's a couple of reviews out there, obviously, that will do the spoilers, which is kind of battled back and forth whether I should do that, because it's going to be a weird, big, short review with very minimal detail, because quite frankly, I think the second and especially the third act, all the surprises are there. And well, and this is why I hate the internet, by the way, whether you see it as a surprise, for me, it doesn't have the impact that I would have hoped, although I thought about certain things. I had theories and none of them came out, so in a way, that's a good thing that my theories never panned out. So in a way, I am kind of still surprised, but it just didn't have the impact that I wanted, because damn internet, you know, I mean, and you can't help it. I love the internet, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's got its flaws, and you got people spoiling crap. This movie was shown in other countries, probably last week, I want to say, but I know in the States, people obviously who had screeners or who got to see it early or even pirated it, already post crap in YouTube and Facebook and anywhere you can think of as soon as they watch it. And those dumbasses, I hate those people. Screw them, you know, hope they go to hell. just kidding, but it's just a movie. It is just a movie, but it's not really 100% on that. Me personally, like I said, a lot of these surprises I kind of saw coming a mile away. Even before this movie came out, like I said, because I watched so many theory videos and so many like, you know, new rock stars and other reactions, other video people who do movie reviews and all that. They have their theories, and watching that in nauseam, it's like, well, it's bound to happen. This will happen or that will happen. It's just a matter of how, you know. So the trailers, I mean, we all know from the trailers. If you haven't seen the trailers at all, you might as well just pause this video, come back, watch the movie, and come back to this. But if you have seen the trailers, you know, pretty much the villains in those trailers are the villains of this movie. And for the most part, yeah, I mean, the movie, okay, let's start from the beginning. Well, in the beginning, I think was a little choppy. It kind of got me a little bit concerned, because I'm like, okay, well, I really want this to be a great movie. I really want to love this movie, and I really am very hyped for this. I mean, the hype train is on, you know, with this movie. However, I didn't want to be another Spider-Man, you know, No Way, Far From Home or Homecoming type movie, although those movies were good. I didn't want it to be, I mean, it is a third installment, but I didn't want that to be just okay like those movies, which I thought they were just okay. They weren't great. They weren't still at Spider-Man 2 level with Tobey Maguire. I still think And even after watching this movie, I may have to see it a few more times, and maybe after the second time today I watch it might change. But right now, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 movie is still the best Spider-Man of all. And as far as the MCU Spider-Man, this third installment, including the Civil War, which he was just more of a cameo, I think this is the best. But that's still not saying much because, I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's something about the Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire movie. There's, I don't know if it's because it's the first time the way they shot that, the story, the action. And speaking of action, there's really not that many in this movie. And I don't mind as long as the story and the dialogue and the script are on point, which it is. And this movie has a lot of emotion, a lot of heart, which is surprising. It's also a little bit grittier than the last two, and a little bit more story driven, which is kind of what I want. And MCU movies, I mean, the very beginning phases of the MCU, like phase 1, I think part of it's because it's a new thing, but I just felt that it had more story in those early MCU movies. And as the MCU grew, they just, I don't know, they're just more about jokes. And yeah, the action is great, but that's their formula. There's always going to be jokes in like the most integral part of the scene, the most emotional part. Sometimes there's no intensity anymore. You'll be all like in your edge of your seat, and they pull off a joke that may or may not work, and then you just come off it. It's like it pisses me off when they do that. And then of course the third act has to be like the super visual effects heavy, awesome, action packed third act. And not complaining, I'm an action junkie kind of guy, and I love action movies. It's my number one favorite genre in movies. But it's just a formula. It's kind of expected. So I saw that coming a mile away. Third act was spectacular though, and I'm glad it was, because that's the thing with movies for me. The first two acts on a movie could be great, or even just the second act, but then the third act is crap, then the whole movie falters. So it's always, to me, you can have the first two acts crap, but if the third act is awesome, then the movie to me as a whole is awesome. So that's what this is. The first act, like I said, is a little bit choppy, a little bit messy, kind of like this video. But then as the second act comes in to play, and then into the third act, boom, it is awesome. So yeah, I highly recommend the movie. Obviously, I am going to watch it again. Let's see, what else? The characters, what's his name? Tom Holland, the Spider-Man, really brought his A game on this one. I mean, he has in all the other movies, but especially this one though. This is his best Spider-Man movie, acting, ever. And bravo to him. Zendaya grew to like her a lot. I was still kind of iffy as this type of MJ and her as an actor in general, but brought it on point. And Ned, I forgot to do his name, who played him, but he was cool. He was funny. He had some funny moments, but it's really about Tom Holland and Zendaya in this movie, I think. And Doctor Strange, he's in the movie obviously, but he wasn't even like, he was more like definitely a side character, if not even that. In the Homecoming movie one, where Iron Man was there, or RDJ. He actually had more scenes, I think. And Doctor Strange, it's not his movie, so I'm kind of glad that there wasn't a lot of Doctor Strange. I mean, keep Doctor Strange in a Doctor Strange movie, and which is the Multiverse of Madness, which is coming soon, next year I think it is, and I'm looking forward to that. I have a feeling though I might like that more than this. I don't know. I mean, that's like projecting way far away, so we don't know, or I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's going to be a great movie. Definitely stick around towards in the end. There is 2 end credit scenes, one just right after the credits, and then the last one in the very, very end, right after the Sony logo and all that. Stick to that. I think though the second end credit scene is way better than the first one. Yeah, so I mean, that's really all I can say about this movie. I really, really like it. I don't love it. I don't think it's the best Spider-Man 2 movie yet. We'll see. I'll watch it again. I'll make that decision later. But at this very moment, I don't think it's the best one. It is really, I would say second best. How about that? So it's really good. I highly recommend it. There's some choppy editing in the beginning, but that's no problem. Won't take you away. I mean, hell, you might actually like it, but I kind of didn't like the first act, but the second and especially the third acts were the best and made the movie for me, and I am highly recommending it. Go watch it another time, support the movie, go watch it in the movies. Don't wait for it in streaming, watch it in the movies. And that's it for me. So as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And until the next video, see you then. Bye bye.